Welcome to the fourth video in a series on the book The Creator Revealed. In this video we deal with chapter 3. How do you know? How do you know that the Big Bang actually occurred? There are some people who say you can't know what occurred in the past because no one was there to observe it, but of course you can know what happened in the past. A woodpecker leaves marks on a tree, you know the woodpecker was there. A snake leaves a snake skin in the grass, you know the snake was there, even if no one was there to observe it. And when it comes to the universe, we actually know what the past was like because we observed the past. It takes 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach us, so we know what the sun was like 8 minutes ago. It takes 4.5 years for light from the closest star to reach us, so we know what the closest star was like 4.5 years ago. There are three pieces of observational evidence that tell us that the Big Bang occurred. The first is that the universe is expanding. If the universe is expanding now, it must have started to expand one time. And you can trace the expansion rate back and see that it started to expand about 13.8 billion years ago. When the universe started to expand, it was very hot and dense, and it's been growing larger and cooling ever since. And we can actually measure the residual heat from when the universe began. We call this the cosmic microwave background radiation. It's about 2.7 degrees Kelvin. And we can tell exactly what this is like. We see the temperature fluctuations in the universe, and what we observe agrees with our theoretical predictions to 1 part in 10,000. That's an amazing agreement. The third piece of evidence that tells us that the Big Bang occurred is the amount of light elements in the universe. That is, hydrogen and helium, which were formed in the first 3 minutes. Our theoretical models predict how much hydrogen and helium we should see in the universe, and we see the correct amount to about 1 part in 10,000. It's an amazingly accurate prediction. But the other thing also is that theoretical physics tells us the universe had a beginning. Einstein's general theory of relativity predicted that the universe should be expanding, and in fact it is. Evidence since then, theoretical developments, showed that space and time itself had a beginning at the Big Bang. That's what the general theory of relativity seems to imply. And then more recently, three theoretical physicists, Bourde, Guth, and Vilenkin, developed a theory that showed that any universe that is expanding on average must have had a beginning. The amazing thing is that there's an abundant amount of observational evidence and theoretical evidence, and they all point to the same thing, that this universe had a beginning, and the time scale works out from the observational evidence exactly right. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe came into existence, and it began to expand and has been expanding and cooling since then. The universe clearly had a beginning. The observations are unambiguous. To not accept those observations that the Big Bang occurred is like not accepting the observations that the Earth is a sphere. And in fact, it's so clear, and we know then that this universe had a beginning about 14 billion years ago in the Big Bang.